Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McKola. We are live for the Watchalong AZ Alkmaar against Manchester United. I'm here taking you from pre-match to post-match. Yes, we've got you covered as well. Out in Holland, I'm usually on the road with Full Time Devils, but of course I'm not tonight. As you can see, I am watching the game at home with a little bit of a beer, and Radio Gaz, aka Gaz Drinkwater, is on the road. He's at the stadium. He's going to be getting fan reaction for you guys live and direct from Holland. But for now, you're stuck with me from now until the full time whistle. Yes, you heard it here right. I'm going to be cracking open a beer or two, watching the game and talking to you guys through it all. So grab your iPad, grab your phone, stick the game on the telly when it kicks off in just under half an hour's time, and let's watch it together. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you don't know, I'm Adam McKola, and the team news is in ahead of the Alkmaar game. As you can see right here, that's the team news, and David De Gea gets a rare start for Manchester United as I crack open my beer in the Europa League. Delo, Lindelof, Rojo and Brandon Williams making his first Manchester United first team start in that back four. Then we've got Fred, Matic, Mata, Gomez, Daniel James and of course Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood has started twice in cup competitions, that home game against Astana and of course that League Cup game against Rochdale, and when he started in those games he has scored in those games. Can he follow it up with his third goal in 3 starts this season with a goal tonight against Alkmaar, an Alkmaar side that don't concede too many goals? When you look at their record, they haven't conceded many at all. Their last game out, they beat Heracles 2-0. The game before that, they beat Feyenoord away from home 3-0. The game before that, they beat Den Haag away from home 1-0. Before that, in this competition, they did concede 2 away from home against Partizan Belgrade. But we know that's a difficult place to go. 5-1 before that against Sparta. So in their last 5 games, they've conceded just the 3 goals. And their last defeat coming against Vitesse more recently on the 1st of September. So this is a side that doesn't concede many goals. They're pretty strong at the back. They're not at their home stadium, although they're obviously in their home country. And you look at that and you think, okay, maybe that may unsettle them a little bit, but nevertheless, they're going to have the vocal support. They're going to have the home advantage. And Manchester United go there with a side that is full of some experienced players that are on the fringes. Fred, Matic, Mata, Rojo. Of course, Delo's not experienced, he's still young, but he's been looking to get minutes and he's back from injury now and gets a game in there. Lindelof starting in this game is interesting. Now, I thought Twanzebe would start, but Lindelof starting. Does that mean Twanzebe is going to start in the Premier League game alongside Harry Maguire? Is that what Ollie's about to do? Because that could be a possibility that we've all talked about. We've all talked about, will Victor Lindelof be replaced by Axel Twanzebe? Now, initially I thought a bit premature. Let him and Maguire build something at the centre-half position. But having said that, what's clear is Axel Twanzebe is actually in form. Now, we know we had that little mistake against Arsenal which led to the goal, the mix-up between him and Lindelof. But nevertheless, Axel's been in pretty good form. And you could see him possibly coming in alongside Maguire, and it'd be interesting if that does happen. But Lindelof does start tonight alongside Marcos Rojo, which is a pretty experienced centre-half partnership with De Gea between the sticks and 2 young fullbacks that will probably have the licence to get forward. Fred, Matic, little bit of experience in midfield, and then that front 4 with Mata, Gomez, James and Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood, 18 years old this week. Can he get a goal to cap off his birthday week? It'd be great if he could. For United as well, it'd be great if we could win this game, because obviously you're looking at this match. We've beaten Astana in the first game. It was only 1-0. It was a little bit tight. We would have hoped it would be more comfortable, but we did get the win. We got a clean sheet. If we can get a clean sheet tonight, hopefully get a goal or 2 and get 6 points out of 6. That's a very good start to our group. That's a perfect start to our group. And then it means you win your 2 home games and you're through. It gives us a little bit of breathing room in terms of, you know, getting through the group, and being able to rest players in the latter stages as well. You don't want to be going into those last game or two thinking, oh, we need points to get through, because whatever we think of the Europa League, it is actually a way into the Champions League. And if we can get into the Champions League through winning the Europa League, you get a trophy as well. And these kind of younger players will be loving to get a trophy under their belts. Obviously, it's not the one we want to be in. We want to be in the Champions League, but this is where we are right now, so we need to deal with it. As I just see McTominay's goal against Arsenal, flying him. He obviously gets a rest tonight as well, and you'd expect that after he was pretty busy against Arsenal midweek. He ran his socks off. Pogba obviously out through injury. Marcus Rashford on the bench. That's what I want to see as well. Marcus Rashford not being given, you know, every single game. I think we need to allow him a breather a little bit with Marcus Rashford, because look, Marcus Rashford, fantastic player, but he's clearly not in form at the moment. He's not scoring goals, he's not taking his chances. He looks like he's lacking real confidence whenever he does get through on goal. So to see him being given a breather, I think that's best for him. He looks fatigued mentally, physically. Just give him a breather. Young players go through ups and downs. When Marcus Rashford came through and burst onto the scene his first couple of years, everything he touched turned to goal. At the moment, that's not happening. So I think just give him a little bit of a breather. Take him out of the firing line. If we can be winning 1 or 2-0 and bring him on, great stuff. But I'd hope to think that we don't need to use him today. Fingers crossed that doesn't be the case and we don't have to bring Rashford off the bench. The bench is Romero, Maguire, Rashford, Lingard, Twanzebe, McTominay and Tahith Chong. I didn't expect Tahith Chong to start in this game because he started against Lincoln midweek for the under-21s. So I didn't expect him to get a start here. He's obviously started, I think, against Rochdale and against Astana. He's got a lot of minutes for the first team this year. Could be used from the bench, but that's a strong bench as well if we need to bring in anybody. That team again for you is like De Gea, Delo, Lindelof, Rojo, Williams, Matic, Fred, James, Mata, Gomez and Mason Greenwood. Now, who is Brandon Williams? He's a young fullback, left back from the academy, 19 years old, coming through, highly rated, getting a start in the Europa League away from home against Alkmaar. What a night it is for Brandon Williams. A fantastic night ahead for him. Hopefully he can put in a good performance. He came on against Rochdale. I think it was Rochdale, or was it Astana? He came on for the first team more recently, and I think he did all right. We were pushing forward in the game and he kept the high line, he kept going forward, and that was good to see. So Brandon Williams coming in, hopefully today he gets a comfortable 90 minutes under his belt. It'd be great for his confidence if he could keep a clean sheet as well. But you're looking there and you're seeing a back five that is, you know, there's a lot of change in there. Lindelof's kept his position, Rojo's coming, Delo's coming, Williams is coming. So there's big changes in the back four. Hopefully they can get an understanding early on, get settled and get playing some good football. But that is the back line for United today. De Gea, Delo, Lindelof, Rojo and 19-year-old Brandon Williams making his first start for the club today. A young lineup for United when you consider we've also got Gomez, James, Greenwood, Delo, Williams, some young players there. And then you've got the experience head that matters, Matic, Lindelof, Rojo, De Gea. Good mixture. No excuses if we don't get a result today as well. No excuses at all. We need to be getting a result. I need to be taking a breather. Already my voice is running out here. Can't wait till the game kicks off, because then I can react to stuff that's happening and I don't have to just keep chatting on the fly. Obviously you'd think someone like me would make notes, but no, here I am just blagging myself away through this, talking about Manchester United. I suppose it all comes from the head, it all comes from here, so it's pretty easy thing to do. I'm looking in some of the comments now. Akshay, nice to see you there in the comments. Baz says, when are we signing Schneider? I don't know, mate, I'll get on teletext and check in a minute. Brandon Williams to score, says Anant. Good attacking team, will be a good match, says Knight Rider. You can beat AZ, says somebody. Doesn't, I'm not sure what language that name is written in, but unfortunately I can't read it out. Glad to see some young lads are getting the chance. Come on, says Eric. Chai, Gomez man of the match, says Rex 0121. Genuinely forgot Rojo existed. What a waste of wages. Be good to see James and Greenwood together. Phyllis's Big Blue Rabbit says, anyone from Manchester in here? Where are you guys from? in the comments. Get your comments in as well. We know we've got comments and subscribers from Manchester to Mumbai. I speak to people all over the place when they come up to me and chatting to me about United and chatting to me about Full-Time Devils and how they subscribe and all that, and it's pretty incredible the where some of you guys are from. So thank you for tuning in. We do see you guys and we do appreciate every last one of you. Bring back Ronaldo, says Jeremy. Lewis is coming with a prediction, as I see Goal King Andy Cole on the screen there. Lewis is saying 3-1. Anshesh is saying 3-0. Baz is from Dublin. Ali is from South Africa. Toronto, Canada's in the house. Australia, India, Mauritius, Melbourne, Sheffield, Thailand, Cape Town, Connecticut. Loads of places there in the comments from all over the world. So thank you for joining us, guys, in the comments. Andy Cole on screen. What a guy he was and what a player he was as well. I miss having a goal scorer like that. We do need Martial when he's back, when he's fit, and Rashford to start hitting the goal trail very, very soon. I'm not going to put that pressure on Mason Greenwood and says Mace has to start delivering right here, right now, because he's a young lad. He's just turned 18 years old, for God's sake. He's already scored 2 goals in 2 starts. We can't put that pressure on him, although I'm sure he'll be putting that pressure on himself and he'll be looking to get a goal tonight. Can he do that and follow up his 2 starts in two goals in 2 starts with another goal tonight in his 3rd start of the season? I'll be loving that if Mason Greenwood could do that. How will Brandon Williams get on at fullback, at left back, coming in there? Obviously, Luke Shaw has been injured. He's coming back from injury, but Brandon Williams stepping in. Can he stake a claim for that place? United to win 1-0, says Martin. Mason hat-trick, says Anant. What I'd give for a Ruud van Nistelrooy, says LJ. I was so gutted when Ruud van Nistelrooy only won 1 Premier League title at United. He was a player that deserved much more. He was a fantastic striker and a goal scorer. Absolutely manipulated the offside position. Manipulated defenders, always scoring goals. It was a natural goal scorer. I think his record was like 150 goals in 200 games or something ridiculous like that. An absolutely great goal scorer. Loved Ruud van Nistelrooy, and I love when United fans sing his song now as well. We still sing his name because he is a legend. Holt Gomez has a blinder of a game. Jeremy is predicting a 0-0 draw. Bilal is predicting a 3-0 win for Manchester United. So there's loads of different opinions. How are you feeling? Optimistic, pessimistic, on the fence? Get your thoughts in those comments below. Keep me company throughout the game. The game's kicking off in about 17 minutes time, so not long until the game kicks off right now. Great to see the low back, says Charlie Brooks. Remember, if you are watching the game's on BT Sport in the UK. I'm sure it's televised elsewhere as well. Grab your tablets, grab your laptops, grab your phones, stick the watch along on and stick the game on, and we'll watch it here together. Who's on the bench, says Paul Woods. I'll tell you who's on the bench. Twanzebe, Chong, Maguire, Romero, Lingard, Rashford, and one more. Whoever missed out from the bench. Missed out someone on the bench. McTominay. That who else is on the bench right about now. Hope you're doing good, Jamie. Thank you for tuning in. Best Real striker United ever had. Rude, says the Indica 420 headshot. 1-1 draw, says Mercurial. 2-0 win, says Meg. So there's a mixture of confidence and sitting on the fence right now. Although Zach has predicted a win for AZ Alkmaar. Come on, United, let's get this W, says Brendan. Anything we're not happy with in the starting lineup? Obviously, Freddie coming in and is not happy with Matic starting in the team. Who are you guys unhappy with starting? Did you want to see Twanzebe in there? Is Twanzebe being saved for that game against Newcastle at the weekend? I almost forgot who we had at the weekend then. Is he being saved for that game there? Let us know in the comments below, guys. I'm Adam McKola. This is Full-Time Devils. This is the live watch along for Manchester United against Alkmaar. My score prediction is 2-1 to Manchester United. Although I understand Alkmaar haven't conceded many goals and all that stuff, but if Partizan can score 2 against them, surely United can. And having said that, we haven't scored 2 goals in a while. Feels like forever since we scored 2 goals, but I'm hoping we do that today and get this 3 points. Get off to a perfect start in the Europa League. Take some pressure off the last 4 games. I'm not going to the game, no. Gaz is out there in Holland covering the game for us, getting fan cams for us. I had to stay at home, so fortunately I'm not out in Holland. I had to be at home, so I'm here with you guys on the watch along. So make sure you're keeping it locked to Full Time Devils. The game is about 14 minutes away from kickoff. Not long now till we get started. Manchester United last time out drawing 1-1 with Arsenal. A frustrating game there in the end. United, I felt we should have won the chances we had. We should have won. The way we gave away the goal was frustrating. And in the end, we come away with just the point when it should have been 3. That team news for you tonight: De Gea, Delo, Lindelof, Rojo, Williams, Fred, Matic, Mata, Gomez, James and Mason Greenwood. So plenty of changes from that team that drew 1-1 with Arsenal. Brandon Williams getting a start as well. His first Manchester United start. So another player from the academy making his debut for the club and getting a first team game for the club. Incredible what the academy does. And I know we haven't had many, players that have come through and torn the world apart and been world class from our academy, but what we do continuously do is bring through talent. Whether they go on to have careers in the Premier League, Championship, whatever, we continuously bring through talent, and it's fantastic for the club. I'm just being distracted by Juan Mata's beautiful face on the screen. That's why my words aren't coming out. Fan cams are coming. Don't worry about that. You still got fan cams coming. Mr. Lico thinks the Europa League needs to be our #1 priority. What about you guys? Is the Europa League our #1 priority? Is it? What do you guys think? Get your thoughts in the comments below. Is the Europa League Manchester United's #1 priority this season? Is it our only way into the Champions League? It's looking very unlikely with the amount of points. The points that we're dropping is incredible. Now, obviously, we could go on a run, but the form suggests we're probably not going to make top 4. With that in mind, is the Europa League our best way into it? Should we be taking this competition more seriously? And therefore, maybe, are you happy to see the likes of De Gea starting today? Would you have liked to have seen maybe, obviously Pogba's injured, but Rashford? I don't know. What do you guys think about this? LJ says #1 priority. No, it can't be. We need to finish well in the league, at least 7th, says Uzo Boy. Then focus on Europa too. The problem is, it's pretty difficult to juggle both. If you want to play your first team in certain competitions. Just seeing Rashford there running through on goal against Arsenal is pretty frustrating, to be honest. Seeing Rashford snatch at those chances and not looking like, he's going to score goals. He needs to buckle up his ideas again, get better, get back to that Rashford from the first couple of seasons that he had. We know we can do it, but unfortunately for us, he just hasn't been. So we need Marcus Rashford to fix up for Manchester United very, very soon. Guys, keep your comments coming in. We're getting closer and closer to kickoff. I've flicked over now onto BT Sport, and I can see Michael Owen's big head talking about the game with Owen, Hargreaves and Jake Humphreys. We are 6th favourites to make top 4 at 9-4. Do you think United young players will be under more pressure than they should be given United's current form? When will they be given a fair chance off the fans? Do you think United's young players will be under more pressure than they should be? Yes, is the truth. Results takes the pressure off. And the reason why in the past it was easier for younger players to come through at United is because we had a first team that was winning games. So it was easier to slot players in. Nowadays, the first team isn't functioning, isn't performing as well as it could be. And these younger players are becoming main parts of the team. They're becoming integral parts of the team. So because of that, United need to find a way of getting results and also bleeding in these youngsters and allowing them the opportunity to make mistakes, because like you suggest, they need to be given time. So it's a difficult one. They need to be performing when they come in, but it's hard to lump that pressure on. And that's why I've said to people, we have to get used to the fact that Manchester United are going to be dropping points this season. Manchester United aren't going to be performing consistently this season. We're going to be, inconsistent, because that's what happens when you play younger players. We need our experienced players, the De Gea's, Maguire's, Lindelof's, Matic, Pogba, Fred, Mata, etc., to be coming through, and to be Lingard, to be coming through and performing week in, week out, and being able to take the pressure off these younger players. That's the facts. But also we need to understand that if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got what he needed, which was another striker, maybe another attacker, another midfielder in the summer, then I feel we could be more critical of him. As of yet, this team is a skeleton of the team he probably wants it to be. So it's hard to judge him on that. But what you can judge him for as well, and something that we failed to show signs of in recent weeks and recent months, is a sign of what style of football we're about to play. What style of football does Ole want to play? We saw some signs of that earlier when he came in as caretaker. But since he's been permanent manager, and this season we haven't really seen signs of that. We've played a 4-2-3-1. At times when teams sit in, we've found it hard to break them down. When teams push out and we counter-attack, we look more comfortable, we look easier on the eye, and we look like we can get goals. But when teams come in and they sit back, it's difficult to break them down for us. Is that 4-2-3-1 the way to go in terms of breaking teams down? Have we got the personnel to be able to play the football that Ole wants to play? There's plenty of questions you got to ask. But whether we've got the personnel or not, Ole has to try and get a trick out of these players and get, some style of play going with these players. Because we have to get results as well. In order for him to get to the transfer windows that he needs and get there and be able to bring in another 2, 3, 4 signings, he needs to get results to take the pressure off his back. Because if United drop down a table, his head's going to be on the block potentially. The club aren't going to. You're going to need to see signs of progression. You have to see that at all times. Yes, signings are part of that. But also, what can you do with the players at your disposal? Are you seeing improvement in certain players at your disposal? That's what we need to see as well. Ben says, if you had to pick a player who isn't from a big name club in a big league, who would you choose for? For me, it is Enis Bardi from Levante. It's a good question. Let me have a little bit of a think of that. Let me have a drink on it. Where has the 4-4-2 diamond gone? Interesting. Now, I've been playing FIFA recently. Now, I'm not applying FIFA logic to real life before you start. But when you look at United's team, it's pretty... You look at United's team and you think, what is it? Like, I look at United's team there and I think, alright, I got Pogba in there. I got Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, De Gea. Okay, Luke Shaw at left back. Alright, Lindelof or Bailey. But what else is there? There's not a lot there. How else could you get the best out of what we've got? And if we had all of our defenders, you could play a free: Bailey, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, wing backs, Pogba and Fred maybe in the middle, or Pogba and McTominay, a number 10 in off Martial and Rashford. That could be one way to go. Zach, what's your comment, my man? Get your comment in again, and I'll read it out for you, or I'll answer your question, whatever it is. Brooklyn Boy says we need a proper striker and a midfielder at least to be successful. We do definitely need more signings. Guys, get hitting that like button, get sharing, and get commenting as well. There is no denying both Manchester clubs have some very talented young players. Let's hope in the future they are both playing together for the home nations team. AZ Alkmaar have only been scored against 3 times in 8 games this season on their league, so needless to say we'll be doing well to score more than one or two. Also, on the flip side of that, they conceded 2 in their opening game of the Europa League. Are Alkmaar a better side than United? Says Ask Dallas. No. But that doesn't mean they can't beat us. I'm just saying they're not. AZ are second in the Dutch league, just behind Ajax by 1 point, says John, adding another stat on AZ Alkmaar. We shouldn't be playing on Thursday nights, but unfortunately this is the reality. Would you take Callum Wilson or Mandzukic in January? I'd take Mandzukic, I'm not sure about Callum Wilson. Why our players are so injury prone, says Sukhman Singh. It's a frustrating one. When you talk about Mandzukic on a short-term deal, potentially a 6-month deal, I interviewed Henrik Larsson for FullTimeDEVILS recently. It's a video that's going to be coming out very, very soon. And just speaking with him, he was someone that came in on a short-term period, experienced player, helped the youngsters around him and left a lasting impact on the club. So maybe someone like Mandzukic could do that. To Latin back? Probably not, but you know, it'd be good. Thoughts on Brandon Williams as Soccer Jack 16, a young player. Obviously coming through the academy, 19 years old, so still got a long way to go to fulfilling his potential and being the best player that he can be, but quite obviously a talent, quite obviously someone with potential and somebody that deserves the opportunity that he is now getting. So can't complain with him being included in the team, and I hope that he gets a decent run out today. Bookmax says finally Fred and Greenwood. Zach Lazari says come on Gomez. He's looking forward to a big game from Gomez today. Is Mike Phelan the master tactician? This is Ryan. Probably not. I imagine Mike Phelan's role is someone that speaks with and lends an ear to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and advice, but ultimately the decision is down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The players are coming out in that lovely new black kit with the Rose imprint on it. If I bought the kits, I'd buy one, but I don't buy the kits, so I won't buy one. I know some of you are going to say, but Adam, you got the new shirt in one of your backdrops in the studio. Yeah, but I was given that, so it's a different story. Just remember the fact, Sergio is returning to AZ Alkmaar, says Ben. Gomez will kill this game, just got that feeling, says Casper Cohen. Now, you look at the Dutch league, and it's a league where young players do flourish. They get time on the ball, they get space on the ball, and they get the chance to do things. Let's hope Gomez and Greenwood, Danny James are given the ability to do that. What I'm hoping with, as we tick to 2 minutes on the clock, is with Alkmaar having the home advantage, with this being a massive game for Alkmaar. Of course it's a big game for United, but we know what it's like when Man United come to town. These guys will be looking to go at it, will be looking to go for it, and hopefully that leaves some holes in behind. Why don't I buy the kits, Dallas? Partly because as an adult, I don't really wear the kits. Like, I don't have no scenario where I'd wear the kit. I don't wear kits to games. Might wear it to play football or just chilling around the house. And I know I have a season ticket, but I just don't feel I should really be buying kits and stuff. I don't know. Just don't. It was sort of a little protest against the Glazers, started out as, but I don't. The money got from the shirts goes to Adidas, so I don't really think if you buy the shirts, you're promoting or giving money to the Glazers. So that's just me. But I don't buy them. Same, says Zach. Love Greenwood, says Aaron. The team for Alkmaar is Bizot, Sugawara, Vlar. Is that Ron Vlar? Woytens, Windle, Coop Miners, DeWitt, Mitchell, Stengs, Bodu, and Idrissi. That's the team. Idrissi, Bodu, Stengs, Coop Miners, DeWitt, Mitchell, Windle, Woytens, Vlar, Sugawara, and Bizot. That's the team. AstroTurf pitch tonight as well. Will that have an impact on proceedings? Remains to be seen. Alkmaar dressed in red, United dressed in black. United's team, again for you guys that are joining us late, De Gea in goal, Delo, Lindelof, Rojo, Brandon Williams making his first senior start for the club. Fred, Matic, Gomez, Mata, a little beer burp. Mata, Gomez, James and Mason Greenwood starting for Manchester United. On the bench, we have Sergio Romero, Axel Twanzebe, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford and Tahith Chong. That is on the bench. Why has Garner not featured? Just don't get it, says Adam. He played against Lincoln midweek. And you know what? Some people will say, oh, well, Alkmaar is a much more serious game. Well, yes, the Europa League is obviously a more prestige competition than that, the competition where your under-21s playing. But the 21s are playing against Lincoln, the men's team. It was a first team game for them. So whilst they may have rested players, they were playing up against guys that play in their first team. We are now a couple of minutes away from kickoff, not far away from kickoff. Right about now, you Funk Soul brothers, so keep it locked. The game is about to kick off. We'll be having you here live. That bench for you guys as well: Sergio Romero, Maguire, Rashford, Lingard, Twanzebe, McTominay, and Tahith Chong. United's 11: De Gea, Delo, Lindelof, Rojo, Williams, Fred, Matic, Mata Gomez, James, and Mason Greenwood. The teams are out. We're almost ready to kick off. Why is De Gea starting? I'm not too sure. Maybe we're just starting Brandon Williams. We're just starting Delo. Ollie's thought, let's just shore it up a little bit and have De Gea a bit in between the sticks. The game is about to kick off though, and Daniel James has got us kicked off. Manchester United's game has kicked off, and you see the scoreline has now come up as well. It's 0-0 between the teams. Can Manchester United get their first away win since that win against Paris Saint-Germain in Paris in March 2019, when Ollie's at the wheel was booming? It was such a great night. But since then, it seemed to go a little bit downhill. Things have tempered a little bit. Ollie's got the job permanently, and now a lot of questions are being asked. Obviously, he's got a young side, but we need to see improvements, and we need to see the team going on and improving. United have given the ball away after 35 minutes, but nearly won it back through Daniel James. In fact, it has won it back, and he's running through on goal right now. Good run by Danny James. Got possession, kept possession, brought it rather to Angel Gomez, who's linked up with Brandon Williams fantastically well, but Ron Vlaar clears, and United have the early possession. I hope we are under the spell of Jose Curse and Ollie Adventure, says Aloki. Fingers crossed it's not. My score prediction is 1-2, so while it's 0-0, you can get your last few score predictions in. Remember, keep them coming in as Alkmaar give possession back to Manchester United, who had just returned it to them briefly. 0-0 in the game, just over a minute gone. Manchester United against AZ Alkmaar. I can see all your comments coming through as well, so keep them coming in. Fight Fan says, you are promoting the Glazers as Adidas get paid for the t-shirts, but that Glazers get paid by Adidas. Well, I don't buy the shirt, so if you listen to what I said I don't actually buy the shirt, so yeah. But okay, fair enough. Nearly got a little bit of possession. Alkmaar playing with it at the back. Mark, thank you very much for your nice comment, mate. Do you think Axel will start against Newcastle since Lindelof is playing tonight, asks Aaron. And that was something I spoke about earlier, and I do actually think that's a possibility, because I was thinking Twanzebe might start tonight, but having played 90 minutes against Arsenal, Lindelof playing today, is the signs there that, you know, Axel's playing against Newcastle, which will be incredible for him. No worries, Fight Fan, thanks for your comment. Having a beer and talking about football, yeah, this is something like that. Hope you guys are enjoying whatever you're drinking. Let me know what you guys are drinking in the comments below as my shoulder pops, so that'll be interesting as well. How long into the game until my shoulder pops? We've got 3 minutes on the clock right about now, guys, as well. Manchester United trying to retain possession as Alkmaar are again playing with it and comfortable with it at the back. Mason Greenwood popping up on a wider position at the minute. Daniel James has gone central. Fred trying to win the ball back, but he's caused a foul in the Alkmaar area, and we see shots of Romero, Rashford, Jesse Lingard and Tahith Chong on the bench. Lovely's going for a 4-0 to Manchester United. Matic and Mata start today, but would they start against Newcastle? Probably not if they start today. And Brandon Williams getting into the box. His first touch is a heavy one, and the ball just goes out of play for a goal kick. Christopher, nice one. Hope you're doing well. Foster's for Mr. Lico, orange juice for Lewis, and a water for Anshesh, who's keeping it fully H2O. Mason Greenwood checking back there in Shinji Kagawa's old number. Do you remember that when Shinji Kagawa wore the number 26 shirt? That was a special day. India special beer, says Sen Lekar, and Dallas thinks it's going to be 3-1 United. We are 4 minutes into the game. Alkmaar stretching play with a long ball, but the low wins it off the Alkmaar attacker. But Mason Greenwood coming back into his own half loses the ball, and Alkmaar have got possession back, interestingly enough. in United's half, and they're spreading the ball out wide. They're not actually playing in Alkmaar Stadium today. They're playing in a place called the Cars Jeans Stadion. What a place that is. And Radio Gaz, aka Gaz Drinkwater, is out there at the moment for you guys as well. He's at the game and he's going to be getting fan cams for us as Matic flicks the ball onto Mata. Mata nearly dispossessed, but he kept the ball and got the ball back to Matic, who flicks the ball back and is fouled as the ball was bouncing towards Fred in the midfield. That midfield again, Fred and Matic with the double pivot. Gomez just ahead of them. Mata and James occupying the wider areas. But in fact, at the moment, Gomez is occupying a left position and Mata's more central, with Mason Greenwood wide and Daniel James up top. So maybe this is going to be a fluid front four, as Delo beat one man but couldn't beat the other, and United have got a throw-in deep into the Alkmaar half with 5 minutes on the clock. A mango lassi for PS2785. Sounds nice, mate. I wouldn't fancy having one after my beer, probably curdle my stomach, but sounds like a good drink choice. Genie and the Lamp says, what is this? This is the FTD Watchalong with me, Adam McKola, and you, the guys at home. I was about to say you full-time devils. Well, in fact, you are the full-time devils, aren't you? Over 500,000, incredible. Over 500,000 subscribed to full-time devils. We've got around 400 people tuning in right now. Keep it locked to full-time devils. Like, comment, share with your friends. I'm predicting a 1-2. It is 0-0 at the moment. Rob Beard thinks I'm a little bit optimistic. Remember, the game is on BT Sport 2 if you're in the UK. Oh, Alkmaar trying to break the lines there, but Lindelof stepping out with the ball fantastically well in the 6th minute. This is the watch along where I'm having a beer, talking to you through the game, giving my opinion on how things are going down. Angel Gomez on the edge of the box. Fred got the ball, has a shot, blocked. Poor shot by Fred, really. What the hell is he doing there? Not Brazilian Fred, that ain't for sure. It's more like Fred Flintstone. But nevertheless, can he rescue the game for himself today? Victor Lindelof there, flicking the ball out wide to Delo. A good pass from him as well. Obviously, we saw that clip of Lindelof kicking the ball. I was there live for it, kicking the ball out of players. United were trying to set up for a break against Arsenal. And it was like watching Chris Smalling again. Chris Smalling potentially in action tonight. I haven't seen the team news for Roma, but Roma are playing against Pellets. Yes, they're playing against Pellets of Austria. United getting forward. PJ Pennington there, Bridges shout out. Brandon Williams just cutting the ball back to Gomez. Must be great for Brandon Williams, Gomez, Greenwood, all playing together in the under 23s and now playing together for the Manchester United first team in a European tie. How fantastic is that? Let's see if Chrissy Smalling started for Roma. Sorry, they're not playing Pellets, they're playing Wolfsberger. Smalling isn't playing. Smalling isn't even on the bench. He's been saved for the Serie A game. Shows how important he is. Fred there with the ball on the edge of the box as the United fans are making lots of noise. Loving that. I'm jealous. Missing out on being a trip in Holland. I love Holland, as you guys already know. Shame we're not there right now. Well, I'm not there. You're not there. You're watching this. Obviously, Gaz is there, and he's going to be getting fan cams after the game. We're 8 minutes in right about now as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer shouts out instructions on the sidelines. Alkmaar did have a goal kick, but they've kicked it off. Played football short through the middle. United now have a chance to press high up the pitch, and we need to be capitalising off this. Alkmaar continuously playing with the ball from out the back. As we've seen, the rules are now that you can pick up the ball, give the ball to a defender in the box, and they can play out. This is how they're doing it. United need to be getting a higher press, need to be using that energy of James, Greenwood, Angel Gomez, and pushing them, pressing them, getting in their faces and trying to create an opportunity off a mistake. The ball's gone out of play for Alkmaar, throw in now. 9 minutes in from a Marcus Rojo pass, which went straight out. Argentina! Alkmaar playing with the ball across the back yet again. It's weird. Greenwood's in a wider position. Daniel James is through the middle. There's again an opportunity missed there to press. What's going on, Truthful Bodie? Hope you're well. Who's my favourite Man United player at the moment? Anthony Martial, but he's not fit. United fans singing Rude Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, the press is very hesitant. It's really weird. Like, you need to be wholehearted in this, you know what I mean? All good ball through now by Alkmaar, who getting through on goal, but the ball's maybe dragged the striker a little bit wide. He's played the ball back. They've still got possession, edge of the box. United players crowding them out, and they're blocked by Matic. Mata gets the ball, nips it away from the defender, but couldn't keep possession, and Alkmaar have it back now, keeping United penned back in on the edge of their box. United have 8 men back, cross going in the box, and there was Marcus Rojo to clear for the first corner of the game, and it is an Alkmaar corner. 10 minutes in, Window there with the challenge, with the cross into the box, and Marcus Rojo clearing it before the attacker could get his big head on it. 10 minutes in, David De Gea, the captain, in between the sticks. United fans behind that goal, cheering the team on. Ron Vlaar in the box, waiting for the crossing, but it's gone short. It's come in. Oh, it's a great corner. It's a goal. It's offside. Thankfully for Manchester United, Alkmaar worked a short corner, brought the ball back, but Boadu didn't come back with the defensive line. United kept the high line. Brandon Williams just playing him offside. He should have got out quicker. He just played him offside. He is offside. The goal doesn't count. Alkmaar do not have the lead in early. United now with the ball at Delos's feet, finding a pass to Greenwood, who couldn't get it under control, and the ball's there with Vlaar, who plays it back to his goalkeeper. Mason Greenwood now going into a central position, and Daniel James coming out onto that wide right position where Mason Greenwood occupied moments before. Fred winning possession there, but the ball has been kept by Alkmaar, who are keeping possession pretty well and playing around Manchester United here, and they're through. They've broken the line. There's no offside flag. Oh my God, what's going on with United here? Poor Delodo has won the ball back, thankfully, and got the ball out to Mata, who's kept it and kept the ball moving to Brandon Williams, who can bring the ball out of play. United shaky at the back. Oh, Angel Gomez. Tricky feet there by Angel Gomez. Beautiful play. Quick 1-2 with Mata. Mata then spreads the ball to Delodo. Demanzi gets forward. He gets forward, gives the ball to Daniel James. Angel Gomez on the edge. What the fuck was that, lad? Alkmaar back on the ball, 12 minutes in, and Boldy's saying they are up for it, and they are up for this game. Very much up for it at Alkmaar. Manchester United 0, Alkmaar 0 as it stands. Alkmaar did have a goal ruled out for offside after 10 minutes and have had the majority of the possession. Alkmaar, again, as we say, haven't conceded many goals this season. In their league campaign, just a 3 in 8 games, but have conceded twice in one game in the Europa League. Brandon Williams beaten there. Now he's out of position, getting back, wins the ball, and it's gone for a corner. Recovered well there by Brandon Williams, who made the initial error, got beaten by the 1-2, was out of play, and then obviously, thankfully, recovered, and it's a corner again. Obviously, they worked the last corner short and set up a goal which was ruled out for offside, so United need to be aware they may have something else up for their sleeves. Interesting that Mason Greenwood is marking Ron Vlaar. That's an interesting duel up, and surely one of the centre halves should be picking him up. It is hitting the first man, which is one mat of the corner, and Alkmaar have the ball as his header was cleared to Alkmaar. Still attacking our Alkmaar. United not getting the ball, and Zach saying they're starting to cut us open. 13 minutes in, most of the ball for Alkmaar, and they're still in possession. Another corner for fucking hell, United. What are we doing, lads? Alkmaar with another corner, 14 minutes in. I'm not liking this start from United. We're inviting the pressure. Now, it isn't a sellout, but obviously, oh, cleared. Fucking hell. David De Gea with a decent stop for United. bounced in front of him there. The shot coming in, bounces right in front of him. United allowed him in on his right foot far too easily there. And the shot saved by David De Gea, as I see Alex Neild's flag in the background of the goal. The Neild Reds flag. Loving that stuff. But United need to wake up, as Matt Johnson says in the comments. Manchester United 0, Alkmaar 0, but Alkmaar pushing for the goal and very nearly getting it there again, as the header was met on the front post by De Wit, but fortunately for United, sent over. All the play is being from AZ Alkmaar so far, but it definitely is Fred Flintstone so far, as we just received the ball on the edge of United's box and sent it straight out for a throw-in. Come on, lads. Get a grip. Might be a decent team, but we're allowing them to be a decent team. Giving the ball back to them straight away. Here we go again. They're in possession. Fred wins the ball back, but he's been believed to have been given a foul. Free kick to Alkmaar. 15 minutes gone. United not playing very well at all so far. And Net Truck is nervous as Alkmaar continue to build the pressure here. A slow start from Manchester United. Daniel James has again occupied that front position. Mason Greenwood wide. Angel Gomez wide. Mata through the middle. Surely Danny James should be wide. Mason Greenwood through the middle. But Mason Greenwood is the one who's wide at the moment. Will they swap later on in the play? Or is that a ploy by Manchester United in terms of hitting them on the counter-attack? Is Fred our worst signing ever? I don't think Fred is our worst signing ever. Could go down as it, if you know, but I don't think he is right now. But ask me at the end of this season. Scott McTominay, is that what United fans are singing right now? I think it is. Alkmaar keeping very comfortable possession yet again, knocking it around United. I think my 2-1 prediction is looking a little bit silly now. The ball's been stretched wide. He may be offside, but he can't keep it in anyway. And I don't think the flag went up. Just keep some possession, says Vuvuzela time, as Louis van Gaal is spotted in the stands. I love Uncle Louis there. What a man. Delors with the ball from De Gea. Good chest control, bringing it out of play. Finds Daniel James, who can't bring it under his control. Ron Vlaar wins the ball. And Alkmaar have the possession again, despite Angel Gomez's best efforts to win it back. Presses the ball. Presses Alkmaar to play it back. But unfortunately, they're still on the ball and comfortably playing it out. United getting passed around at the moment by AZ Alkmaar, and they'll be growing in confidence as we speak. 17 minutes into the game, enjoying the majority of the possession, but they give it away there, and Danny James getting on the ball, but he was pulled back, and United have a free kick just inside Alkmaar's half. Danny James there nearly had the ball in his possession. In fact, he had the ball in his possession, didn't quite have it under his control, but just as he went to stride on it, pulls him back. There was a challenge coming in anyway, but unfortunately United with the ball now. Rojo, Fred, Mata coming very deep. He's now alongside the centre halves, and Fred's progressed forward. Brandon Williams gone back. See, you look at the way Alkmaar play, and they knock the ball out. They know their shape. They know Fred's giving the ball away yet again. Won it back though, fortunately for him. He's been very sloppy. Now he's breaking though with the ball. Can he give it to Mason Greenwood? Simple, he does. Mason Greenwood though can't get his feet together. Oh, he's won the ball back. Well done. Press him down. Press him down. Goal kick. Sloppy from United. Sloppy from Fred again. Sloppy from Mason Greenwood. When Fred actually won the ball back, progressed, gave him the ball. We need to see more. Is it the AstroTurf? I can't really say that. Can't make an excuse. I played on AstroTurf. Oh, Delors got turned like, oh my fuck. Taxi for Delors. Ron Vlaar with a great ball out wide. This number 11 for Alkmaar is finding the ball a lot. Delors on the overlap. Rojo clears again, another corner. Fucking hell. What is going on with United? Poor. Can't keep the ball, can't pass wind. I've got no problem passing wind. But United can't pass wind, we can't pass the ball right now. Do Alkmaar have something else up their sleeves? They've got a corner. United seem to be doing zonal. In just a line on the edge of the box and then a few. Angel Gomez clears the ball over his own goal for another corner. In other news, I like the numbering on United shirts, but that's about it. That's all I do like from today's game.
This is quite a stiff test for the youngsters. This is United reporting. Great experience, but it is a stiff test. A lot of young boys, as I said early on, it's almost like going to 23 games to a certain extent. A lot of academy players. There's a bit of experience in there to help them out.
Am I surprised by this? Alkmaar nearly getting on the ball from the. I'm surprised by professionals' inability to pass to each other. That's what I am surprised by. Another corner for Alkmaar. I'm not surprised that the performance is disjointed by Manchester United, or that Alkmaar having the upper hand because we've made so many changes. But regardless of that, you should be able to pass to your teammate. Do you know what I mean? Alkmaar's 7th corner. Seven corners for Alkmaar. If you had a corner bet on, you'd be loving this. They've sent it out long to the back post and the edge of the box. Daniel James, well done Danny James, controls the ball, flicks the ball over at Alkmaar head, clears the ball and it's blocked for a throw-in to Manchester United. Their coach there looking like Dr. Evil. Alkmaar now with the possession in their own half. Whilst I'm getting a little bit chilly. Need to put the heating on. 22 minutes gone. Almost halfway through the game. United haven't really had a sniff. Haven't really had possession. We have got possession back now, but Matic can't keep it, can't control it, and the ball's back with Alkmaar in the midfield area. Fred and Matic both showing an inability to keep the ball at the moment, which is letting us down in the midfield area and not really allowing us to build any attacks.
Some of those AZ Alkmaar fans with a long drive, 45 miles after work. Some of them arrived late and they're cracking out the atmosphere here now. That's what it seems. It seems as if people keep coming into the game.
Good challenge by Fred. As Alkmaar again progressed the ball upfield. Fred's luck fortunately broke the play up. United with the ball, back with De Gea now. Playing with it there. We've not scored one in a game since that game against Chelsea on the opening day of the season. And I don't think we've completed a pass since then either, because we can't seem to keep the fucking ball. Every single time, give the ball back to Alkmaar, let them build with it. Oh. Unlucky Gomez, that was better though. They're playing with it on the edge. He rushes in, tries to get the ball. Unfortunately, he fouls Ron Vlaar, but come on! Good challenge, Danny James. Start snapping into these challenges, man. Let's get at these. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You need to chill with all. Alkmaar still have the ball, but they've kicked it out of play. United have got a throw in now, deep in their half. Let's set up an attack, boys, but we've gone back. This is painful to watch. I wish I was in Holland, stoned off my tits right now. Come on. Play. Fred is nuts. Come on. Move. Who's moving? Who's moved? There's no one move. Like, we have a triangle, but no one's offering outside of that. Matic here with the ball where the centre half should be. Fred, move into space, lad. No, too slow. No one moves into space as Matter occupies a wide position now. We're going from our defenders to our midfield to our defenders to our midfield to our defenders. There's no progression in this. No ingenuity. No one can play the through pass. Lindelof flicks the ball. Oh, that was good by Danny James. Flicking the ball through to Diogo Dalot, who's kept it in. Can he pick someone out in the box? Good cross. A little bit better. The cross was too close to the goalkeeper. But it was a wicked cross into the right area. Maybe if it was a little bit away from the goalkeeper, it would have been more helpful to Mason Greenwood. But a little bit better from United. Slick flick around the corner. Played Brandon. Now let's pin them back in for a bit. Give the ball to Dalot, Fred. Don't give it away. And that's what I hate as well. Like, so many times the pass will be on and a United player will think twice about the pass and then we'll lose the, we'll play the pass. Oh, for fuck's sake, Matic. We'll play the pass once we've allowed them to close into the player a little bit, so they still get the ball, but then they're marked because every pass we're thinking twice. That's not a foul, ref. The Alkmaar fans up for this. They had a 45-mile drive from Alkmaar to the Carl Jeans Stadion. They have given the ball away again though. Now Alkmaar getting sloppy with possession, giving the ball away as Ollie runs out demanding more from his Manchester United side. The ball is with Rojo, who has gone for a big hoink up top. Mason Greenwood challenging, but he's not going to get much luck in the air there from them. Matic to Gomez. Fred to Mata. Mata to Lindelof. To Mata. But we're still... Gomez in lots of space, but no one's really picking him out. Danny James has had to come deep to get it. He's found Dalot. Dalot's found Danny James. Can he figure his feet out? He has. He's been challenged. And Alkmaar have the ball back. Foul by Dalot. Oh, it was no foul by Dalot. But Alkmaar do still have the ball. Matic! How can you not miss... How can you not read a bounce when you're about 6'8" and you've been playing for 50 years? United need to fix up. Good ball by Matter out to Brandon Williams, who has Mason Greenwood on the overlap, who has Mata inside. Linked it back to Greenwood. It's congested there, just in front of the Alkmaar box.
Yeah, because anyone goes into the box, you see there's only Daniel James there. There's not a lot they could do. So they have to be intricate, and it's very difficult on bits like this.
The problem for United here is when we've got the ball, Alkmaar are falling back into position. We haven't really got too much in between the lines. Danny James, Mason Greenwood, Juan Mata, they're being crowded out. We're having to pick for a pass. Fred there's trying to find a ball for Mason Greenwood. It's not perfect. It's gone out for a goal kick. And now Alkmaar have possession back. And that is looking like the issue. As we have forced Alkmaar to give the ball away there. So that was a little bit better in terms of pressing. We've got possession back. 29 minutes gone. But we need to be better with the ball. We need to show more. We need more from Matic and Fred. They've been very sloppy in this opening half an hour. I want more from them. Come on now, Angel. Played. 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 Danny James in the box. Gets a cross. Oh! Oh, that was better. A lot better from Manchester United there. Danny James. It looked like the ball had just gone out. Angel Gomez. Danny James. The low found him. The ball just looked like it was going to beat him and go out. He found a great cross. Mason Greenwood probably should be scoring, but hits the ball on target. Ron Vlaar's there with a big knee. Should have been 1-0 Man United. Good defensive play by Ron Vlaar. Mason Greenwood got it on target, so you probably can't criticise him there, but could have been 1-0 United, and that's a lot better. Getting in behind him, getting the ball across, getting Mason Greenwood in that area where he can sniff a goal out. Half an hour gone, United finally creating something. We need more of that. Hopefully we grow in confidence now. Gomez to Lindelof. Lindelof to Rojo. Rojo. Oh, what's it? Oh, what's he doing? Oh, Rojo. It's ended with Rojo going back to the goalkeeper, but offside for United as Mason Greenwood goes through on goal. Played by Danny James. Great cross. Mason Greenwood. It would have been interesting if he could have had us touch to steady himself, but most strikers are hitting that first time. They're not going to hang around on it. What the fuck is their striker doing? Oh my god, Alkmaar should be 1-0 up there. Oh, Mata, if he got a bit of meat on that ball. Danny James was in. End-to-end stuff here. Alkmaar should be scoring that. They're not scoring that. Keep getting the ball to Delo and James, the Celtic Warrior. They have been the creation of our most dangerous effort so far. Fingers crossed they can be the outlet again, as Alkmaar playing with the ball at the back elsewhere in the Europa League. For you guys that are interested, Ludogorets are beating Ferencvaros, Ghent are beating Alexandria, St Etienne and Wolfsburg is 1-1, Roma are beating Wolfsburg 1-0, everything else, and Braga are beating Bratislava 1-0, everything else is 0-0 at this moment in time. Is 0-0 here in Holland. Manchester United against Alkmaar. Two great opportunities for both teams in the last couple of minutes. Mason Greenwood with United's created by Delo and Daniel James. And then Alkmaar through on goal. Clear header. But the striker's just fallen over. He's not got the greatest of connection on the header. And as a result, the opportunity has gone begging. Mata with a good flick out to Delo, who's got... Sloppy again from United.
Only 20. We worked it out that half the outfield players tonight are 21 or under in this game.
BT Sport with the stat there that half the outfield players on display today are 21 years old or younger. Interesting. Come on, Reds! Alkmaar playing with the ball. Clearance by Delo. Another clearance from Delo. Danny James getting the ball, but just couldn't get on the other end of it. AZ Alkmaar looking very comfortable in possession again now. The ball's through though, and it's gone for a goal kick to Manchester United. We need to do something. We need to act. We need to do... Come on, boys. Nunes thinks this is shocking. Ollie out is clueless, has James on strike and Greenwood on wing, says Yeti. Not sure about the Ollie out shout. Oh, fucking hell. Come on, Greenwood. Lads, let's keep the ball, yeah? It's far too easy for these lot. Come on! There's no energy in our press. Everything's lethargic. We're letting them knock the ball around at the back like they're fucking Barcelona. Come on, Fred. Fred's won the ball back in midfield. And then fucking Rojo decides to give him straight back. In other news, Septic asks if anyone's seen Joker over the weekend. I very rarely watch, like, I don't know, I'm going to offend someone here, like Marvel and DC and all those kind of movies. I don't really watch them, but I watched Dark Knight. I love the Joker in that, so I'd be interested to see this one. But not overly arsed. I won't be there on the opening day. Fred's on the ball. Delo's on the ball again. Lindelof to Rojo. Rojo trying to sort his feet out. Gives it back to Lindelof. Great game this. This is so frustrating, says Nkandu. United keeping possession and work it wide to Brandon Williams. Everything just seems to be in front of everyone. Ball. Oh! Oh! Great ball from Delo into the box. Gomez on the back post trying to get a shot away. He couldn't do it. Brandon Williams has won the ball back for United. Well done, lad. Fred! The pass was on, man. Such an easy pass. That should be your bread and butter. Seen you make that pass a million times. So fucking sloppy today. Danny James had the ball back there, but tried to change position with the ball, turn his body, and Alkmaar come in and win the ball back, and have got possession again. Come on, Reds. I mean Reds by United, not the team that's actually playing in red. Who is Alkmaar tonight? Oh my God. Painful, says Pennington. Describing this game with one word. Can you describe this game with one word, guys? What is your one word description of this game so far, as Matic picks up Greenwood, who gives it back to Matic, who picks up Mata. Come on. Delo out wide again. Tries to pick out Mata on the edge, but Alkmaar win possession back. United back on the ball. Lindelof. Matic. Fucking hell, Matic is so square. Come on, Danny James. Edge of the box. It's a poor pass, to be fair. Brandon Williams' touch is heavy and it's gone out. But you can't expect him to control that. Well, 39 minutes gone.
say the Europa League, this thing what people are doing here, isn't it? On the continent. It's kind of flies in.
I'm not in Holland, no, mate. I couldn't make it out there, unfortunately. I was all set to go with the guys in the car, but then couldn't go. So Gaz has gone out there with the lads, with Full-Time Devils and that. They'll have the fan cams up for us. I've got you covered here. Steve's got you covered on the review. So we've got loads going on tonight. Make sure you're keeping it locked throughout the day. United trying to win the ball back, but Matic is so slow. And United on the break, Alkmaar trying to create something, but they couldn't. Fortunately for us. Sorry, mate, if I go quiet. Grump says say something. Sorry if I went quiet. It's just because I'm so astounded at some of the stupidity that I see on display from this Manchester United side. It's quite stupid at times, I've got to say. Can you all do me a favour, yeah, while I'm having to cope with this and hit that like button on this video, please? Thank you very much, guys. I know it's not a big deal for you lot to just hit a like button, but if you can, do it, please. Thank you very much. Makes my life worthwhile. Not. But yeah, hit that like button. Cheers, guys. Frustrating game here today. Gomez on the edge of the box. Keeps possession. Oh, another. That was a foul, ref. Definitely. United still got the ball, but that was defo a foul. Well, I say that we still got the ball as Mata and Daniel James combined to give it away. Cheeky from De Gea, who then proceeds to hoof it out over Brandon Williams' head, which is great news. Cheers, Septic. Pretty much same game against Arsenal. It seems that no matter what 11 we play, we say playing the same style. And with that being said, I want to see more from the team. What are we being coached on? What are we being trained on? Are there any patterns of play? Where's our press really? Is it a proper press? Is Alkmaar trying to give the ball away on the edge of the box again? But we allow them to retain the ball, get back out, pass the ball around us. It's far too fucking easy for these lot. It's a disgrace. Some of their passes are heavy. Some of their first touches are heavy. They're playing with it on the edge of their box, and we're allowing them to just relax and keep possession. You don't need quality to fucking close down these spaces. It's too fucking easy. Lindelof blocking the through ball as Alkmaar were trying to get through on goal there. United keeping possession, but just again, the low closed down, flicked it round to Lindelof, who flicks it round to Williams. 43 minutes gone. Can United get a goal? It's even there, like Delow's waiting for the ball, but he's on his back foot. He's waiting for it still. Why ain't no one on their toes? They're all playing fucking facing the goalkeeper. Back to goal. Mata finds Delow, who finds Matic, who finds Fred, who finds Brandon Williams, but the ball, there's no sting in it. Gives it back to Matic. We're into the 44th minute, 0-0. Rangers are 1-0 up against Young Boys away from home. Delo giving the ball back again. I don't even need to say anything. When my hands go on my head, it means you're just giving the ball back. We can use the AstroTurf as an excuse, maybe. We can use, I don't know, these lot are a good side playing their full strength team as an excuse, maybe. But you can't excuse simple passes, simple opportunities, simple challenges not going in. Brandon Williams again caught out of position, 1-2 to round him. Matic gets in his way and blocks him off from fucking getting back in position. Alkmaar attacking, 45th minute. We're into added on time. Half time it is. Manchester United 0, Alkmaar 0. Alkmaar probably deserved the lead. They had a goal ruled out correctly for offside. They had another position where they should have scored from with a header. Didn't. United not performing well, not keeping the ball. It's half time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not looking happy with the way things are. But we're fortunate to be going in at the break. Just 0-0. It very easily could have been, 1-0 Alkmaar. You're going in and you're looking pretty... You're looking around thinking, geez, how do we get out of this? It's half time, it's 0-0. We fix up in the second half, we can still get out of here with 3 points. But that relies on us fixing up. Are we going to do that? Because so far, the possession has just been awful. People can say in the comments about the pitch and about this and about... But where's simple errors? Passing the ball out of play, passing the ball to Alkmaar shirts, passing the ball not to a man, passing the ball just behind someone when they're through and they can possibly make a run in. Just slowing down the play every single time. Always thinking every single pass is overthought so that when we do finally make the pass, our teammates marked up. It's just frustrating to watch. We really do need to sort this out. Really frustrating to watch. This team puts me to bed, says Now, as it's 0-0 at half time. We're just not good, says Knight Rider. We have no style of play, says Ambrit, and 0 shots on target, says Tassim. Oh yeah, because that Greenwood effort, which was our best effort, on goal, wouldn't have counted on target as it was blocked by Ron Vlaar. United's only attempt that was, and it was our only real moment of creativity. A little 1-2 between Gomez and Delo. Delo flicks the ball through to Daniel James, who does well to keep the ball in play, cuts it back to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood in and around that 6-yard box just outside, pokes the ball towards the goal. It's going in. But Ron Vlaar's there to block it. Block it, block it, block it, block it. Whatever you want to say. He did it and he kept it out and it's still 0-0. Matic has to get off now, says Dan Corcoran. The bench for Manchester United is as follows. Let me just read that bench out for you. It's Tahith Chong, Jesse Lingard, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, Marcus Rashford, Sergio Romero and Axel Twanzebe. Are there any changes that you would make to this side? Would you bring on Twanzebe, Maguire? Would you bring on someone in that attacking area? Jesse Lingard, Tahith Chong or Marcus Rashford? Who did you want to bring on? Ron Vlaar did play for Aston Villa. AZ Alkmaar looked like City to me. How far we have fallen worries me. I'm only young, but I feel like I'm a game away from a heart attack, says Rakesh. With a very emotional message. Every time we are going towards the box, we look like we admit we can't get past and pass it back to our defence. We have no attacking mindset. So there's little Dan McNamara. No tactics. Matic off, McTominay on, says Owen Briggs. I wouldn't be totally against that. Matic is too slow and clumsy. Would love Ruben Neves, but he wouldn't come, says Dallas Howes. Ruben Neves in Europa League action tonight. Fought Wolves away from home against Besiktas. 0-0 there as well. Is it just me that thinks 1 point here is fine? In the grand scheme of things, yes. But when you look at the performance isn't great for United. And whilst you can get away with a point at Alkmaar, you could even get away with a point at Belgrade. There's no excuses for the performances and some of the things we're seeing. Simple passing moves just breaking down because we can't complete the first or second pass. It's so frustrating. No movement off the ball, nothing in between the lines, no intent, no no energy in our press, no enthusiasm about anything. It's just lackluster. And you think we're playing with young players, you think it'd be easy to get us going, to get some movement going. The only time we've looked dangerous is when we've gone down the side of Delo and Daniel James. And Delo's been caught out of play a few times. It's just poor to watch, really. And I can take results not being great. I can take, you know, we need to see more in terms of the footballing side of things. We need to see more improvement from Manchester United. Hopefully we get to see some of that in the second half. But so far, it's not good enough for Manchester United. Get hitting that like button on the stream. Remember, we have got Stephen Arson up live for you after this live stream as well. So Steve will be live on Full Time Devils after we have finished here. Make sure you're keeping it locked for his live post-match reaction. But for now, we are live here on Full Time Devils. We've got over 400 of you watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure every single one of you are hitting that like button, please. Make sure you're doing that right now. Hitting that like button while we're at half time. We're about 8, 9, 10 minutes away from the second half kicking off. Will we see any changes from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team? That was obviously the starting lineup right there. What are you not happy with? What are you happy with? Let us know in those comments below. Get your comments in right now. Make sure you're keeping it locked to Full Time Devils. Make sure you're subscribing as well, because we've got fan cams coming up for you after the game from Radio Gaz, who's also got an Instagram story. He's doing some Twitter and things like that. So make sure you're looking out for all that. Guys, it's 0-0 between Manchester United and AZ Alkmaar in the first half. Manchester United, you know, giving away possession a lot of the time. Alkmaar dominating possession, dominating the chances, having a goal disallowed. Obviously, United, we've been poor. We've not been good enough. It's been as simple as that. We've not done enough in terms of getting forward. We've not done enough in terms of keeping possession. We've not done enough to even look like scoring. Jesus Christ. One chance we've had in this game. One chance. It's been a frustrating watch. Can you sum up that first half in one word, ladies and gentlemen? Get your one word descriptions of that first half in right now. Guys, I am Adam McKola. This is Full Time Devils. We are live. The second half is kicking off very, very soon as well. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that. Raj says, help. What do you want me to do? Vivazela says, Glazers out. Time for another beer, says Septic Meatball. Yeah, I've finished this one. So I'll get cracking on my second one. There we go. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. We aren't even close, says Casper. What happened to United? Well, Fergie left and it's gone downhill since then. Look, what I will say, guys, is, and I know I'm moaning during this first half, and when I'm seeing passes being misplaced and them kind of things there, I have to moan about them. But when you look at this squad and when you look at this team, it's a squad that is quite clearly in transition. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't had the luxury of bringing in 7, 8, 9 players. He's brought in 3. All 3 of his signings have done quite well. So we can't argue with his signings. We can possibly argue with his tactics and his selection and his formations. But you can also defend him and say, has he been supported enough in the window so far? I don't think he has. If he was bought a creative player and a striker and another midfielder in the summer, then maybe you could make more arguments against him. But you can't at the moment, because we haven't, you know, he hasn't had that time. Obviously, in order to get that time and to get that transfer window under his belt, you need to get results, because without results, you don't get time without results. Football's ruthless nowadays. You're not going to be given 2-3 years to let's see what you can do. Obviously, we're not going to finish in the top 4 this season, which is obvious, but the Europa League can provide us an escape from that. Europa League can provide us with an outlet to Champions League football next season. Then hopefully we can attract the right players. We're looking at an Alkmaar side here who are very well drilled, who are a decent side in their league, but ultimately conceded 2 goals against Partizan Belgrade. And they're coming in, they're passing the ball around at the back, they're looking comfortable in possession, we're not really challenging anything, and it's too easy for them. Casper says Delo gets acres of space and does nothing with it. I think he has been involved in some of our best opportunities. He fizzed a good cross across the box, and then he was involved in the chance that Daniel James created for Greenwood. But I kind of hear what you're saying. His delivery has to be better and sharper, because he picks the ball up in a lot of positions. He'll get the ball free, and if his delivery was better, and we had someone sniffing out that goal, then maybe, just maybe. If you could see the future at the time, would you have stuck with Van Gaal after the FA Cup win, says Leaf Comedy? Probably not. The football was dire. Never forget that. And I think it was clear that it weren't working. Do you remember that December? Do you remember some of the times under Van Gaal? And Van Gaal actually brought in a lot of players. You look at the site, he made a lot of signings. He made a lot of signings. The football should have been better under him. It wasn't. Which is a shame, because I like him. I love Louis Van Gaal, but the football wasn't good enough under him. Not long now until the second half kicks off out there in Holland. Manchester United Alkmaar 0-0 as it stands. Remember, Radio Gaz, aka Gaz Drinkwater, is out there getting fan cams for us, so we'll have fan reaction after the game. From what I'm sure is going to be a very high, a very buzzing Red Army out there in Holland. Rashi on the left, Gomez as 10 and Mata off. This is bad, if not worse, than Van Aert with Brian. Not sure about that. Ollie needs at least 3 transfer windows to get the players he wants, says Gabriel. Will he get that time? Saleh says he would have kept Van Gaal. To be kind to the low, he really don't have anyone to aim at in the box, which is also true, Erland. I take your point. You could see what Van Gaal was trying to do, says Zach, which is making his point. David is our captain, says Anirudh, which is just making it pretty much a fact, isn't it? How is this any better than Van Gaal, says Himanshu. It's true, to be fair. But it's not. There were some bad times under Van Gaal, so I don't think it is as bad as Van Gaal. There were some very bad times under Van Gaal. There was also some very good times in the Van Gaal, but you could say that about Ollie as well. Do you think Europa success is more important than the league at this moment in time? So David, if you asked me this in August, I would have said no. But asking me now in October, when we're pretty much fucked up the league, top 4 race and all that already, then I'm probably saying yes. So it's a different one, isn't it? The things can change very quickly in football, and you can go on a run of victories and change things in terms of the league and how it looks, but at this moment in time I'd say yes. Martial scored goals under Van Gaal, says Callum. Martial scores goals under anybody. I think you'll see when Martial plays and plays regularly, he scores goals. He did it under Van Gaal, he did it under Mourinho, and he's done it under Solskjaer. Why is Garner never given a chance? He could define the midfield as a deal. I think it's difficult to, we've got to see what Fred and that can offer at the moment. If Fred's not offering anything, Matic isn't offering anything, then you probably go to Garner a little bit down the line. But yeah, I can see him being given an opportunity at some point. You've also got to see, everyone here is demanding, where's Garner and where's this guy? Play Gomez, play Greenwood, play Chong. And when they have a bad game, same people will get on their cases. So you have to bide your time with these youngsters. Give them an opportunity to make mistakes, because they will. Who has been United's best player so far? Possibly Daniel James, but not really anybody. Yes, guys, that's how the first half has me feeling. And remember, you're sticking with me here through it all on Full Time Devils. Alkmaar 0, Manchester United 0. Second half getting underway very, very soon. Not long now until kickoff. Make sure you're hitting that like button on the video. Help us get to 400 likes at the very least. We got 400 people watching. Surely we can get to 400 likes. Get hitting that like button. Get commenting. Get sharing. Get subscribing. We are not far from kickoff in the second half. Remember, this is an interactive show, so your comments are vital to this show. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking nonsense for the whole game. So get your comments in as well I'm looking at the game when the game re-kicks off very, very soon, which should be in a number of minutes. Then we can look at that. My match prediction was 2-1, which right now looks like it's not going to happen. United probably not going to score 1, never mind 2. United's starting lineup was De Gea, Delol, Lindelof, Rojo, Williams, Fred, Matic, Gomez, Mata, James and Mason Greenwood in the starting lineup. Will we make any changes at halftime? What are your thoughts? Should we make any changes on that? What do you think of Fred's passing? Says subscriber. When Fred is on form, his passing is pretty good. Today and in recent times, it's been awful. So there you go. It'll be our back Ollie, but has to get more from the squad. If we aren't seeing any improvement in the next couple of weeks, it will be hard for Ollie to keep his job, I think, says Peden. We do need to see more from what we have. That is for sure. The players and the teams are making their way back out for the second half of this game. Not long till we're back underway in the Cars Jeans Stadion in Den Haag, where ADO Den Haag usually play their home games. Alkmaar are playing their home games there. This time around, Manchester United are in town. Alkmaar have been the better team in the first half. It is 0-0 right now, and no goals for Manchester United. No shots on target, although Greenwood did have our best effort in that first half. David De Gea and the boys coming out now. There's Sergio Romero with someone that looks like Sergio Romero. And I'm still yawning. Jesus. We got Sam in from NJ USA. Fred has been horrible, says Jay. It seems to bounce a lot more than usual, says Benji, talking about the surface. Guys, get liking the video, get subscribing, get commenting, and get keeping it locked to Full-Time Devils. This is Adam McKola here, and we're here for the second half of the game. Alkmaar 0, Manchester United 0, and the second half is underway. We're a couple of seconds in already, and Brandon Williams winning an early header to get United back the possession, but then Fred almost gives it away. Lindelof does his best to give it away, but it makes its way out to Diogo Dalot, who looks for the early long ball to Daniel James. It was a good pass, to be fair, but just a little bit too much on it, and the ball has gone out of play for a throw-in deep in the Alkmaar half, just in line with the 18-yard box, and Alkmaar have the throw-in. We're back underway. Matic winning the ball there, back for United as Alkmaar had the throw, keeping it in possession. Good turn from Matic, to be fair. Good run as well, but his pass was blocked out as it tried to make its way through to Mata. Fred winning the ball back. Gomez trying to win the ball back. Looked like the defender just stepped on his heel as he ran off there. Hopefully that was just an awkward running reflex rather than anything else. Alkmaar making their way forward, a cross into the box. And there's Delol to sort it out with his head, with his arm, I'm not too sure. But the referee waves away all the appeals as Daniel James gets the ball on the edge of his own box. And he's playing with it there, but he's kept the ball to Delol, who's got the ball to Fred, who's got the ball back out to Danny James. Well done by Daniel James in terms of getting the ball out of play. Alkmaar have a throw-in. Shane, thank you for tuning in. Dragon says he's got faith in Greenwood to bag the goal. Knight Rider says Greenwood seems like he's going to cry every time they put a camera on him. Leaf Comedy thinks Greenwood around the 70th minute. If that's the case, then we're about 24 minutes away from Greenwood's opening goal and hopefully the Man United winner. But right now, Alkmaar have gone through on goal, but Ron Vlaar's pass is intercepted by David De Gea just on the edge of his box. Fred's been a little bit better with possession at the start of this second half. Hopefully time of things to come. As Brandon Williams works the ball out to Gomez. Gomez loses the ball. That's poor from Gomez. Make up your mind. Either pass it or commit to the skill. Don't try and do both. Matic intercepting the ball, but Alkmaar have possession back. And they have the ball on the edge of their box yet again. Fred with the press right on the edge of their box. That's better. But it's only one man yet again. Played Matic. He got a toe onto the ball, won the ball and got it to Lindelof, who's got the ball back to Fred. Fred's being marked quickly, but he's kept possession, thankfully, and found Angel Gomez with a fizzing pass. 48-minute gone. United in possession. Brandon Williams looking for Mason Greenwood in a wide position, but Ron Vlaar there cleaning it up. Interesting battle for Mason Greenwood with Ron Vlaar. Obviously a very experienced centre-half. Played for Holland over the years, played in the Premier League, played in the Eredivisie many times, and experienced player. Interesting battle for him. The ball goes out of play there from a Fred pass, but it wasn't his fault this time. It was one of the other idiots' fault. Played Brandon. Good turn. Fred trying to keep possession ticking over in the middle. It's too comfortable. It's really frustrating to watch. Just no energy. Gomez winning the ball back for United from the long kick, and Rojo plays it back to David De Gea. And we go again. Greenwood just giving the ball away like lads. Fred's won it back. Well done, Fred. Can we pick the pass now, James? Alkmaar through now on the break. Fred with the energy wins the ball back for United. Slash upfield by Rojo. Daniel James can't bring it under control. Real frustrating watch for Manchester United today. Yet again. Alkmaar nearly scoring there, just never had the finish in the box as the ball was whipped in across the 6-yard box. De Gea didn't commit to get it. A defender didn't commit to get it. The striker couldn't get on the end of it. Luckily for us, it just carried on the way through. Didn't take a deflection. Didn't end up in the net. And United could breathe again. Remember what I said? When I do this, it means United have fucking kicked the ball out of play again. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Oh, it nearly went in again. Alkmaar wanted a handball. They seem convinced. No VAR in the Europa League, so Daniel says lethargic, no intensity, don't look hungry. Boring, says Connie. Yeah, this game is very boring. Especially if you're a neutral watching this. I don't know why you're watching this. Played Fred. Foul. That's a foul. We've got the ball back though. That was defo a foul on Fred on the edge of the box. I don't know what the ref's doing. He's right in front of it. Awful decision. Wanker. United have the ball. Come on. United in possession again. I know Fred's kicked the ball out of play a few times this half again, but he has looked a little bit better in terms of his intent. Gomez getting on. That's defo a foul. Free kick for United about 25 yards out. It's not really a shooting position unless you got David Beckham on the field. The handball shout shown again was for a handball shout on Brandon Williams. The ball took a deflection off the shot. His hand was down and it hit his hand, and his hand moved after the ball hit it. So I don't think it was a movement towards the ball. I don't think it was handball. And I think the ref actually got that one right. He's got most things right. But the foul earlier on Fred that should have got given was really weird. Ball in. Refs always give soft free kicks in the back, man. Rojo clattering people. It was a blatant free kick. Why are you doing that, man? Brandon Williams has been okay with what he's had to do. He's been okay. But played the low. Played the low. Fuck off, ref! Mata tries to play quick with the ball. The ball's play on, let him play, man. Played Brandon. Go on, Bran. Danny James, why are you getting in his way? If anyone had any sense and moved in his team, they wouldn't be standing in each other's way all the time. The low to Fred. Mata. Angel. Go on, Brandon. Give him the overlap. This is real bad. Needs to be better, do you know what I mean? Like, pass to your teammate. Alkmaar in the box here. "57 minutes gone. Alkmaar 0, United 0. Alkmaar just had another shot over the bar. Wasn't going close really. Poor from United all game. It's been woeful. Not been slick enough, not been quick enough, not been moving enough, not showing energy, lethargic, don't care. It's just poor. Good one run from Brandon Williams yet again. He's kept the ball as well, giving it to Mason Greenwood, who's occupying a wide position out on the left. Played a 1-2 with Matic, and then gone back to the goalkeeper. Frustrating. Roch, sure is feeling my pain though, so at least I'm not the only one feeling this pain. Almost an hour on the clock, 58 minutes gone. Brandon Williams on the ball, heading into the box. I'd make a sub. Ollie, make a sub. Change something. You've seen the way the game's going. You've done this too many times. You can see the pattern of the game. The way this is going, is it's leading to a goal for them, not us. To change something. Play it, Angel. Played the low. Danny James now, wide position. Oh! Can't even complete 2 fucking passes. Shit cunts, man. We need a change. Mata, ineffective. Danny James, ineffective so far. Mason Greenwood, ineffective so far. Angel Greenwood, ineffective. Matic, ineffective. Fred, ineffective. Change something. Play, Brandon. Corner, Alkmaar. Can see Lingard there warming up. Tahith Chung warming up. Mason Greenwood. So Marcus Rojo with the flick. Header out of the box. Fred presses, wins the throw-in for United. We've got possession back, 60 minutes on the clock. Rashford's coming on for United. As Greenwood's got the ball. Handball, United free kick in the Alkmaar half. Marcus Rashford's coming on, I think. I'd be frustrated if Greenwood came off because he's literally had nothing to do. He had nothing to do in the Astana Rochdale game. Ended up scoring a goal. He's had nothing to do today. Leave him on. Take off one of the other shit shows. Again though, Rashford, does he really get a rest? No. He'll start against Newcastle. Burn him out. Holding my head because the ball out wide from Mata to Brandon Williams, who took his eye off the ball and let the ball go out for a throw-in under his foot. Alkmaar have the ball back. United have the ball back. Brandon Williams winning the ball back, making up for his error. Well done, son. United have the ball at the back now. Play to... Daniel James is off for Marcus Rashford. He didn't probably deserve a sub out of everyone on, but I'm not bothered by that sub. Rashford on, hopefully he can make a difference. Looks like Greenwood's through the middle. Rashford on the left. Come on! Rashford loses the ball as he tries to beat his man and then commits a foul. Zach says he doesn't think youth is the problem in this game, and half agree with you because everyone's just been awful really. Can't pass the ball. And like I said at the start of the show, we were talking about those names that have to perform well, and you know they just haven't. It's frustrating. "65 minutes on the clock. United in possession." United breaking again. Slow down again. Go on, Mace. Corner ball, United. I think that might be our first corner, which says it all. Fucking hell, Matic! United are having more possession of the ball now. Gomez is fouled. God bless the United fans that are there tonight, still making some noise. Gomez shooting into roll Z from 25 yards. Con1 WS saying mad that Matic is employed. Embarrassing, says Truthful Baldy. Tactics are shocking, says Alan. Fuck off, ref! Alkmaar in possession, 67 minutes on the clock. Matic is horribly slow, man. I think he's just popped his hip out of place there. Alkmaar in the box here. Cleared by Rojo. Fred trying to win the ball back. Alkmaar still have the ball inside United's half. 68 minutes on the clock now, 22 minutes left. United not really created anything on goal. Clear cut, good challenge there by Angel Gomez, winning the ball back for United. Fred's pass to Mata deflected. Mata looks frustrated. United fans frustrated. I'm frustrated. Alan says he's never seen a United team with so uncomfortable with the ball at their feet. Yeah, it looks like they've never seen one in their fucking lives. What do we do all week in training? There we go again, Brandon Williams giving the ball away. It's just basic errors, like just basics, fucking basics. I reckon half these like need a manual on how to breathe. Lewis thinks we'll be lucky to get a point out of this with 20 minutes left. Will United concede, or can we grab a late unlikely winner? What's going to happen in the next 20 minutes, 70 minutes now on the clock? Alkmaar still with possession, playing around with it at the back, as comfortable as you like. No one from United looking to break, no one from United looking to intercept. Nothing. Give me some goals, Reds. So fucking easy for them. Rojo, wow. De Gea with a decent save there from a long range effort from Alkmaar. 71 minutes gone now. Nothing's changing here for United. It's just poor. Alkmaar have had 3 attempts on target. United 0. My task to United in these next 19 minutes is to complete 5 passes in a row. I wonder if we'll do it. I'm not even looking for a goal. I'm looking for 5 completed passes in a row. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. 72 minutes on the clock now. Can United complete 5 passes in a row? That is what it's got to. Can't even get the ball at the moment. Alkmaar playing like fucking Barcelona. A good Barcelona. I actually hate football. Fucking hate it. Alkmaar goals coming any moment soon. Here it is. Handball. One of the United players is down on the floor. It might be Brandon Williams. It is. Why are you arguing over a blatant foul, you prat? What's happened there? Brandon looked like he got stepped on as the player kind of challenged him. Fred looked so guilty there. Fred's running in the box. The player's dropped, calling for a penalty. Fred's looking up like John O'Shea when he just scored at Highbury and didn't know what the fuck happened. That was probably a penalty. We're a little bit lucky there. What I love you, Carrick, and I love you, Gomez, but what have you possibly got to laugh about right now? Where is the yo? I need you to do this. I need you to do this because we need to get a fucking goal. Where's them messages? Don says, can you seriously say you want United to score? What the fuck are you talking? Unless you're not a Man United fan, why would you watch Man United and not want them to score? Are you brain dead? 74.5 minutes gone. Alkmaar back in possession. Rashford's now gone through the middle. Gomez on the left. Greenwood on the right. Mata in behind. Why is Gomez on the wing? Why is Greenwood out wide? Why are we playing players out of position constantly? Oh my God. Alkmaar just nearly buried it. That was a good effort, to be fair. Fizzing wide. Nearly 1-0 to Alkmaar. Mason Greenwood's gone off for Lingard. No goal for Mason today, so that's 2 starts. So 3 starts, 2 goals. Couldn't keep his 100% record up for this season. He's gone off. He's been pretty poor today. Ineffective. Again, I don't know what we're smiling at each other about, bruv. I know, like, we can't be angry and like, oh, fucking all the time. And he's a young lad, but like, at least show we're not happy with what's going on. Like, there are some demands for victory today. We do want to win every single game. That's where I think, like someone commented earlier, like, that's where I think we've gone wrong. There's no demands for victory. No one looks hurt enough when we don't win. It's alright. Save from De Gea as Alkmaar nearly threatened to break the deadlock. 77 minutes on the clock. Let's grab a late, undeserved winner. Come on, boys. This is shocking. Come on. No, there's no intensity in this game anymore. We're happy with the draw and we're letting Alkmaar basically have possession. If they want to score enough, they might get a goal, but we're probably not going to score if we play like this. I don't know what we're looking to do. Hoping to hit them on the counter-attack, get a 1-0 win maybe. Like, what the fuck, man? Here we go. No, just wide. The game is on the 78th minute and 41st second right now, as I say this. But obviously when you hear that, it might be a bit further ahead because there's always a slight little delay in the live stream. McTominay is getting ready to come on as we speak. So Scott McTominay is coming on for Manchester United. And that substitution will probably be made now. It's the 79th minute. 79 right now. And Scott McTominay is stripped and ready to come on for Manchester United. Can he make the difference? Bring a little bit in midfield. I'd take off Matic personally. Although Fred hasn't had a great game either. Rashford here threw in on goal. Hey! Was that? Oh! What the f... Rashford's either slipped over or he's been fouled. Blatant penalty! That is a fucking penalty if I've ever seen one. Rashford cutting in on goal. And he gets kicked down. That's a penalty, you knob! You have the whistle in your mouth. What the fuck's wrong with you? Stone wall penalty that was. Absolutely stone wall penalty. How is that not... We don't deserve to win this game. But how was that not... Matic, fuck off. Shit cunt. We should have had a penalty. Matic needs to do one as well. Absolute shambles, mate. My mum is better than Matic. And she's never played football in her life. I really am still baffled as to how that penalty wasn't given. Go on, Rashi. Run at him. Another foul, ref! Rashford fouled on the edge of the box, 82 minutes gone. One matter off for McTominay. I don't get... Maybe Fred's going further upfield. Yeah. He's gone and told Fred straight away you can get push up a little bit. Looks like Matic is sitting. Fred and McTominay a little bit further forward. 82 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. Rashford with this free kick. Can we get a goal? You know, try and make it hard for the keeper, the defence, stick it into a dangerous area, on target, across the box, so someone can get a flick on or something. But no, oh no, I'll smash it into the fucking back of the stands. Come on. Lindelof going on a solo run there. McTominay, great ball into Lingard! Oh! So close. Great pass by Scott McTominay. Forces it through to Jesse. Oh! Just, he hit it too clean. Take a little bit off it and it's in the net. Should have been on target, Jess. Our best effort in the second half. Jesse's giving the ball away now. Their player had the ball and just fell over. I don't know what happened there. United have possession back. Matic switched to play Fred. Come on, Brandon. Fuck's sake, Jess. Come on, man. Come on. "85 minutes and a half on the clock. We're edging towards the end of this game now. Scott McTominay has won the ball back for the Reds. And then he's giving away a throw-in. Alkmaar making a substitution. 86 minutes gone. We look like we're heading for another draw, but at the moment, wouldn't surprise me if Alkmaar score. They've been the better team this game. United should have had a penalty. Went close through Lingard. But apart from that, not done much. Don't deserve anything from this. You know, Alkmaar dominated the play, had a goal disallowed for offside correctly in the first half. But ultimately, maybe a 0-0 is fair, but United haven't deserved to win this. Even if we do get a winner. Guys, get hitting that like button, get subscribing, get commenting, get sharing. This is Full Time Devils. This is the live watch along. 87 minutes gone. Alkmaar were through on goal, but the ball's overrun and it's gone for a goal kick. We've got 3 minutes plus added time left remaining in this game. Will Manchester United get a late winner? Will we concede a late winner, or is it destined for a 0-0 ball draw on my watch along debut this season? Oh my days, please don't do this to me. I'd love a late winner. Come on, United, give me a late winner. Give me a late winner. 2.5 minutes to go, plus added time. Played Rash. Rashford winning the flick on, but Lingard was steaming through, just couldn't get on it. We're into the 89th minute. Alkmaar have possession back. Matic and Rojo have combined to give it away. And Alkmaar have a late corner. Heading into the 90th minute. Alkmaar's 10th corner, they've gone short, they've gone for the overlap. They've worked it wide again. Ball into the box, cleared by Rojo. We're into the 90th minute now. How long will be added on? I can't imagine it will be that long. Rojo wins the ball, but it's gone straight back to Alkmaar. Alkmaar with all the late possession here. We are now into added time. We are over the 90 minutes and 3 minutes have been added on. We're into the final 3 minutes of the game here. My prediction of 1-2 with a Manchester United win is not happening. Manchester United should have had a penalty for a Marcus Rashford foul inside the box. The referee and the linesman waved it away incorrectly. Apart from that, a Jesse Lingard shot flashed wide, didn't go in. And Manchester United, apart from that, haven't made enough. We haven't created enough chances. Alkmaar have had the most of the possession. They look comfortable on the ball. We've never done enough with it. We've not pressed them enough. We've not hassled them enough. We've not made anything happen for Manchester United. It's all been too static. We've seemed like we've been happy to just get a draw. And while a draw isn't bad, when you think about it, 6 games, 6 games in the group. Obviously, you want to get about 10 points. You want to qualify from the group as Diogo Dalot picks up a booking late on here. And Alkmaar get a free kick. A draw away from home in your second game after winning your first game at home isn't bad at all. But the manner of it is, and I don't think we've done enough. We've not really looked that good. We've not looked confident in possession. Yes, we've made a lot of changes. Yes, it's been a clunky side. Yes, some of these players won't have played together before. Brandon Williams making his debut today, so on and so forth. But ultimately, it's not good enough. We need to see signs of work on the training pitch. We need to see signs that we're trying to do things. As Jesse Lingard hobbles off injured here. Manchester United are down to 10 men and Jesse Lingard's got an injury. He was holding his knee. So that's not good for Manchester United either. I know Jesse Lingard's not in form, but we've got another injury to the books as we end this game with 10 men having made all of our substitutions. We've got 1 minute and 15 seconds left of the injury time. Jesse Lingard going off injured for Manchester United, but 0-0, not a bad result, but not a great performance. And it's just a really frustrating game for Manchester United as we see how Jesse Lingard got injured here. His hamstring. Another injury for Manchester United. These injuries are piling up as well, which is frustrating for us. And while you can complain about Jesse Lingard's form and his form hasn't been great, he hasn't been deserving of a start. He is someone that provides energy and provides movement and is someone that will move in between the lines. And he would have been a player that if he was in form and we could have got him back to form, would be good for us. If he's out injured now, that's not good for anybody. Jesse Lingard going off injured here. 0-0, 20 seconds left to go. Really frustrating game here. Newcastle up next for Manchester United. You'd expect a whole host of changes. Alkmaar whipped the ball into the box. Wolves have got a late winner for them. Incredible result for them in Turkey and Besiktas. While Manchester United can't even get a win out in Holland against Alkmaar. And there is the full-time whistle as Manchester United have drawn 0-0 with AZ Alkmaar. A frustrating result for Manchester United, but a decent result in the context of the group. 4 points out of 6, a draw away from home, a clean sheet. Brandon Williams makes his debut, but a frustrating game to watch, a poor performance. Yes, we should have had a penalty, but we didn't. We weren't good enough to get 3 points today, and I want to see more evidence of Manchester United doing things on the training pitch with what we've got, because so far you can't see that, and we must do better. Remember, guys, fan cams are coming up from Gaz, who is out in Holland, and next up on the channel is Stephen Howson with his review, so keep it locked for that. See you later.